Alright, this is it, now or never. 210, 250, 220, 25, 6, 30, 35, 240, 245, 250. Ah, I didn't do 250. Hey everyone, this is going to be a quick review of the 2014 Audi A6 TDI, the automatic version. The car has 240 horsepower at 3,500 RPMs and 428 pound-feet of torque at 1,750 RPMs. Lots of torque. This is an all-wheel drive car, weighs about 4,220 pounds, and you know, it's a big car. So talking about the interior of the car, the interior is very nice. The materials of the car are super high quality, which you would expect in, you know, a typical premium brand like Audi or Lexus or BMW. A couple of the things that I really liked was the interior. The interior had just a plethora of different features that you don't normally get on sub-premium car brands. A couple things that I really did like. The parking sensors. Parking sensors were nice, especially driving in Europe. I was in Germany for work and we got this rental car to review. So like I said, the automatic dual clutch version, there's a sport mode that you can actually be in if you shift down below drive, and the shifts are very quick and nice. Definitely very refined car. The suspension setup that they have on that is very it's definitely not sporty, but it's more similar to what I would consider similar to the Maxima that I reviewed previously. The suspension is, you know, decent, but definitely not sport inspired. I would not recommend, you know, a driving enthusiast, someone who likes to drive like a BRZ or a Focus ST or, you know, any of those cars. I definitely wouldn't recommend this car if you wanted, or if you liked any of those cars. However, this car was definitely very luxurious. It had enough power. I mean, I was on the Autobahn and I was really trying to hammer it down and trying to get as, you know, as fast as I could go. But the problem with the Autobahn is that there's plenty of traffic during the day, and while I was driving I ran into plenty of traffic. So there was that issue. So back to the specific Audi A6. It was the TDI version, so you know, diesel only for this car, and usually with diesel cars you don't get too much horsepower, especially with, you know, a 3.0 turbo. There really wasn't a lot of horsepower, but there was a lot of torque, and you could feel that with you know, pressing down on the pedal, you would get an immediate response. So that was pretty good. However, the turbo lag was pretty bad, and going on the highway a lot, there was really no top ends. You could also tune the gear shifts and the efficiency. You can be in essentially 3 different modes, whether it be efficiency, sports, or not sport, but dynamic or comfort, and also you could be in normal as well. So those were the three cool settings. There's also a bunch of other features similar to what they have on a lot of different Audis as well. They also have these on Porsches and some Acuras, but they did have the back shade, which was really cool to use. So if any of your backseat drivers, not backseat drivers, but backseat passengers had a bunch of sun on them, you could definitely shade them with this feature, which is really nice. In addition to that, to go along with that, they actually have the side windows as well. So the passengers also had a shade that they could put up on their side windows to block themselves from the sun as well, which was definitely a nice to have. The trunk space is freaking huge. We fit 5 suitcases, 2 large suitcases, and 3 basically the biggest carry-ons that you can bring on an airplane. Those all fit in, and we also fit 5 people in here pretty comfortably. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of room for all your, to sit 5 adults in here, which is really, really appreciated as well. The transmission hump is pretty large in this car, which isn't that great, but yeah, overall the seating volume was very large. Now we're talking about, a car that starts off around $43,000 for what I would expect in a luxury or a sport luxury sedan. I didn't really get the feeling that it was worth the money, and it may have been based off the engine. Obviously in Europe they love the TDIs there, and in my opinion, especially if you can go on the highway where it's really super fun, I didn't like the engine. The engine was meh to me. So down with the 3.0 TDI engine for Audi. Not a fan. To go along with that, the gas mileage, or the MPGs for that, is actually pretty good. You can get 24 in the city and 38 on the highway, which is an average combined 29. Is it worth the money? I don't think so. You can be up for debate. You can let me know in the comments below if you actually believe the car is worth the money, but I really don't think so. The parking sensors were nice. It didn't come with a rear view camera. It came with the navigation. The navigation was very, very easy to use, and nice to use. It wasn't bad at all. Pleasant voice. The graphics were really nice. They had the pop-up screen, which is pretty cool, and they also showed you the navigation feature, or your next place to go in the screen, or in your actual speedo, in the head-up, or in the actual speedometer section here. So that was really cool too. So talking about the actual parking sensors, the parking sensors were actually really good. I think actually the parking sensors were better than actually having a rear view camera, because with the sensors it actually blinked red when you were, and it made a specific noise that you would know you were too close, whereas a rear view camera actually just shows you if you're too close, but you wouldn't actually know unless your perception is really, really good, if you were gonna hit the car or not. With these noisemakers, which I'll admit definitely got annoying, but overall the experience was really good. They had the front and rear sensors, which helped you out as well. Overall impressions were pretty good. The ride was very supple. While switching through dynamic to comfort to efficiency, and the shifts really didn't feel any different to me, in my opinion. But yeah, overall I would definitely not recommend this car. For the price that you can you know, you can get really, really nice cars. So for the TDI, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. They also had some nice touches like LED lights in the door frames. They had blind spot monitoring, which if you need that, you're a moron. Quite honestly, nobody needs blind spot monitors. 0 to 60 in this car is pretty quick. Yeah, it's around 5.5 seconds. So, you know, it's faster than a Focus ST in a straight line. Overall, the car pushes and it understeers a lot. This car specifically had manually adjusting seats, and that was kind of weird because in a above $40,000 car, I'm sorry, you should have automatic seats everywhere. It also had heated seats, which were pretty nice. It's the middle of the summer, so you really don't need those. No ventilated seats, which is a bummer. If you like this review, please subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think. But yeah, until next time.